Unity just dropped their Unity7 roadmap, and honestly, it feels like a direct response to Epic Games quietly prepping Unreal Engine 6. We are watching a massive shift happen right under our desks. The engine wars are no longer just about rendering features or ray tracing benchmarks. They are about pipeline stability, licensing costs, and where publishers will actually put their money in 2027. I am with MonsterPixel Labs. If you are new here, we break down what is actually happening in game engines and visual effects tech, and more importantly, what it means for your daily workflow. Worth a quick subscribe if that sounds useful. Let us talk about what is happening in the trenches right now. Unreal Engine 5.8 rolled out, and a lot of technical artists and rigging specialists are scratching their heads. The control rig visibility for MetaHuman avatars is currently broken, which means you cannot just toggle layers like you used to. You have to build manual workarounds just to get your character to show up in the viewport. On top of that, LiveLink has some annoying limitations with idle animation blending, and it actively overrides custom animation blueprints during motion capture sessions. That cross-skeleton bone transform restriction is a real headache when you're trying to blend secondary meshes or sync a rig to a different skeleton. It is not a deal breaker, but it forces you to pause and document constraints before you commit to a shot. What is interesting is that despite these friction points, the community is still leaning heavily toward the Unreal ecosystem for character work. The pipeline maturity is just too strong to ignore, and we are all just waiting for Epic to patch the holes. Hasbro recently wrote down $56 million on scrapped mid-tier games, while a studio like Midgar had to liquidate after a publisher went insolvent. But that is only half the picture. While Epic is polishing the character tools, Unity Technologies is pushing forward with their Unity7 roadmap. They are trying to reclaim ground, but they are doing it in a market that is rapidly consolidating. We just saw the European Union approve the Saudi-led Electronic Arts acquisition, and Microsoft has already wrapped up their Bethesda Montreal integration. Those corporate moves are not just press release fluff. They dictate funding, tooling standards, and engine procurement strategies for the next 3 years. Publishers are looking at risk differently now. Contrast that with Ubisoft's recent Black Flag Resync, which moved 3.5 million copies in just 2 weeks. The message from the boardrooms is loud and clear. They want polished, franchise-first experiences, not experimental risks. That means engine choices are no longer just about creative preference. They are about corporate survival and long-term platform support. So where does that leave our daily tooling? Here is a signal worth watching. Technical teams are actively piloting Azure DevOps for Unreal Engine version management. Traditional Perforce and Git setups are starting to buckle under the weight of distributed teams and massive asset libraries. You can feel the strain when a level designer syncs a build and accidentally overwrites a material library 3 time zones away. Cloud-native source control is becoming the new baseline for scalability. It is not about replacing your favorite version control system overnight. It is about testing how your studio handles large-scale asset synchronization before the next major engine update drops. The teams that figure this out first will have a massive advantage when the next generation of engines launches. So practically, what does this mean for you? If you are working in character animation or visual effects, your immediate priority should be documenting those LiveLink and control rig workarounds. Do not wait for a hotfix to patch your pipeline. For studio producers and pipeline directors, it is time to audit your cloud source control strategy. Pilot that Azure DevOps integration now while the learning curve is still manageable. And for everyone else, keep a close eye on the Unity7 release schedule and the Unreal Engine 6 beta timelines. You want to make your engine procurement and migration decisions based on actual pipeline stability, not just marketing slides. The industry is consolidating, and the teams that adapt their tooling early will have a lot more breathing room when the next generation of engines goes gold. Keep an eye on how Epic handles the community patch backlog over the next few months. That will tell us a lot about the stability of the Unreal Engine 6 foundation. Anyway, that is the briefing for today. See you in the next one.